Today, I want to share my thoughts on why The Queen's Gambit is one of the best shows ever. As the great Sokrates said, we can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Since we see Beth Harmon for the first time, we can tell that she's very different from the other kids. She's an orphan and lives in a home for girls, but her daily life is boring to her. She seeks for something more and finds the gruff janitor Mr.Shaibel, and they start playing chess together. Now, I have to admit, when I saw it was a chess-related series, I didn't want to watch it. But I saw the attention and that it was trending literally everywhere, so I gave it a shot. From the moment you watch episode 1, you're in. That's it, you are in. I don't know what exactly hit me, maybe because I love characters like Beth, who look lonely and desperate but have a strong passion for something. In her case, her love of chess is above anything. Now, what we all have to admit is what makes this series so great is the acting of Anya Taylor-Joy. Let's admit it. She's not perfect for Beth. She is Beth. So gorgeous, charming, and the way she delivers her lines is something that we've never seen before. She never reacts the way that we expect. The eyes, I don't know if she worked on the way her eyes look or she's just like that, but it's so deep. Every time there is a close-up shot, it's like you can literally see in her soul, which is pure art. And even though The Queen's Gambit is set in the past, you can feel like it's happening right now. Also, the moments when she's looking at the board on the ceiling are really well made. Time stops and then she sees all the opportunities of how she can win and of course comes back and wins. Some people say that this was cheating, but I don't think so. I think that with this fantasy magical thing, Scott showed us how does a gifted mind work. In this case, Beth's mind. But it goes the same with people like Leonardo da Vinci, Tesla, Einstein, Steve Jobs. In one word, a genius. So in 7 episodes, The Queen's Gambit really showed us and taught us a lot. I took personal notes for my life and reminded myself that there is nothing impossible and that you can become a champion even if you're a girl. Even if you're an orphan or the place where you're right now isn't good, that you can always fight back and protect your dreams. It reminded me that I should appreciate what I have more and that I should live more in the present, be more focused and more devoted to the world. It's a beautiful drama that makes you cry, gives you courage and shows you a different point of view. I lived with Beth Harmon in these 7 episodes and of course I want more. Of course. Honestly, I believe that if it wasn't for Anya, The Queen's Gambit wouldn't have had such a success. Of course, amazing work from Scott Frank and Alan Scott. Amazing. I can only talk about my opinion from what I've watched. I don't play chess usually and I'm not that good. The fact that they made a series about chess not being about chess, but about a girl's journey to love, passion and growth is really fascinating. I really love the idea of how chess was presented, how it was shot, and how it was not boring even for one single match. I watched one Anya Taylor-Joy interview where she says that they shot every chess match from a different angle so that it looks different. I think we had everything in The Queen's Gambit. We had orphans, family, loneliness, fears, sex, desires, success, wisdom, and much more. That's why it's so good. I'm not saying that the other films on Netflix aren't great, but this one, guys, really hit my soul, really. Let me know if you've enjoyed it as well. The one thing we know about Elizabeth Harmon is that she loves to win. Let's all admit it, she crushed it. She totally worked her ass off to achieve her goal and win every game. Always with a book in her hand, being second best was not an option. And as somebody who watches a lot of movies, this is very rare. The whole series from the start is very emotional. At least I felt it that way because in ways I'm just like Beth. In my opinion, she's also a dark person, not arrogant and rude, but it's almost like she has created this shield around her that protects her from anyone or anything. That's how most of us live. We don't want to let anybody, and we don't want to admit that we want happiness and love. That we're ready, and sometimes we need a little support from somebody else, just a little, but we're ashamed to say it out loud. I understand this very well because I was this kid. I was that. And so many people like the Queen's Gambit because they almost showed reality. Except the fact that that's not a true story, but it doesn't matter. If this same series were made with a male actor, you wouldn't have even watched episode 2. But because there is a contrast, chess being more a man game and one girl beating the crap out of everyone, boom! Now you got my attention. And I love the way how all of the other players were making strategies, talking about Beth, while she was just playing chess. Which is an amazing example of what we should all do in life. Just be. For example, if you love to paint, stop talking about your pictures and how you can do this, how you can do that, and just paint for God's sake. The rest, as we saw in the Queen's Gambit, will come. There's no way that it cannot. I truly believe that. Because when you do something from the heart, the whole universe stands along with you and guides you in your next moves. So there are no mistakes, only lessons and opportunities. That's what I like most about the series. And the fact that it's limited also brings more value to the project. Because sometimes when popular TV series get second, third and fourth season, they sometimes fail to deliver the same message and the same feeling from the first episodes. That's why I want more from the Queen's Gambit, but it's enough. At least for now. Someday you're gonna be all alone, so you need to figure out how to take care of yourself. There will be times in life when you will be on your own. You have to be strong for yourself and not fall for drugs, alcohol, depression, and anxiety. It will be hard, but that's why life is so interesting, and that's why I choose to learn how to love myself, because no one is going to teach me this. No one. I felt very happy when she threw all the pills and still in the final game versus Borgov looked up and saw her chessboard on the ceiling. It showed her transformation and that she doesn't need pills to be who she really is. That's one of the greatest things about this show, Beth's confidence that she will win. And I want to add something else. Can you agree that because she felt lonely and scared in the outside world, she played so aggressively and won most of her matches early game? I think that showed how much peace and comfort she has on the chessboard, and that it's really hard to beat her because she's just in love with chess. She discovers the world, defeats one man after another, and looks like a total badass. The whole crew did an amazing job, well done. This has become one of my favorite shows. Also, since they released it on October 23rd, it set the record for most watched limited series on Netflix with over 62 million people in the first 28 days. The interest for chess sets on eBay is up with 250%, and the original novel is now a New York Times bestseller 37 years after its release. Wow, amazing. In the last episode, Beth wears a beautiful all-white outfit with a hat. This is a visual representation of the White Queen chess piece. The show's costume designer said, "The idea, of course, is to convey that she is now the queen on the chessboard and the chessboard itself is the world." I would love to hear your opinion about the Queen's Gambit in the comments down below. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button because my journey here is just getting started. Sending you positive vibes. And yeah, stay cool. P.S. I'm leaving this here. Chess isn't always competitive. Chess can also be beautiful. It's an entire world of just 62 squares. I feel safe in it. I can control it. I can dominate it. And it's predictable. So if I get hurt, I only have myself to blame.